Functions and classes. Introduction to JavaScript. Hi guys! Welcome back to the course. Today's video will be a quick reference for you to the class and the functions that are used in JavaScript. And we're going to start with the functions. So here I am in our main JavaScript file. I have our browser opened as well, so we can see the results of our code. And let's get started. Let's write function here, and the function will be called greet or greet, and then we'll write greeting equals to hello, and then I'll write name, and those are the parameters that we pass to the function. So imagine the function as something that has input, then the input is processed inside the function, and then we've got the output, that is the outcome of our function, right? So in order the function to be processed, we need some inputs, and our inputs are greeting and name. Okay, so let's write here inside if name, and exclamation mark usually means not. So if there is no name, we would like to return a greeting. Okay, and then let's write else. So else we would like to return $sign greeting and also a $sign name. Okay, so here is how you can actually accommodate a function with two return statements and an if loop, and how you actually use your function. So since we create the function already, now we need to activate it. So if I write here constant greet equals greeting, which is going to be equal to hello here. Okay, and the name, actually we're going to assign a name, and here it will be equal to dude. Okay, let me make this window a bit bigger because we're gonna write in the length, and then I will pass this here, and let's write a $sign greeting. Okay, and then a $sign name. Okay, and finally let's write console.log because we'd like actually to see something in our log, and I'll write greet. Okay, and the greeting will be hi man. Okay, so we write the name of the function and also we pass the parameter hi man. Okay, let's save it now and let's run the function. And as I see, we've got some syntax error. Let's see what the problem is and let's fix it. And we can see that greet has already been declared. And actually, yeah, this is because I tried to create the function in two ways. But let's remove the second one for a second, and let's see if I run it. You get hi man because we actually run the greeting function with the hi man attribute. And if I paste the one that I just deleted and remove the code, of course, you can see that here we create the function, but to the name we pass the word dude. So if I run it, you can see that we assign hi man to hello, so we change this variable here that was passed to the function, and we also add the name here. So you can see that finally we output the greeting and the name. Okay, this is the function. We have the input and something happens, and then we have the output from our function. So this is, guys, all about the functions I want to share. It was very basic, but I just wanted to have a brief feel about how functions are working in JavaScript. Okay, so we're going to continue now with the object-oriented programming, or I will show you how to create classes and functions. So a class is very easy to be created in JavaScript. You can simply write class, and for example, let's create a class called person, right? And we're going to set some parameters that are defining a person. So basically a class has a functions and has a variables inside. For example, let's create the constructor of that class, and this will allow the class to gather the data for the object that will be created from it. But you learn the best by practice, so let's write constructor. Okay, and you can see that this is recognized, and usually the constructor is used to initialize an object created from that class. So I write here given name, and then last name, and finally birth date. Okay, and these are the parameters that will need to be passed to our class in order for object to be created. And let's write here this given name equals given name, then this dot last name equals last name, and finally this dot birth date equals, and here we will create this in an actual date form, so that's why I will create new, and here I will use a class date and we'll write birth date. Okay, so this will be created exactly in the format of a date because we use a specific class here, date, and pass this parameter there, but you will see how this is done. Now let's create some methods in this class. So let's create a getter, or a way that we will get the birth year of the person. So you can do get birth year. Okay, and here we'll simply write return this dot birth date dot get birth year. Okay, so this is how we get the birth year. Then let's get the full name. You can write get full name. Okay, and here we can return and then type this dot given name. Okay, and also we can type here this dot last name. Okay, so we're done here. And finally, this is going to be, guys, our class, and now let's use it. So let's write constant Martin, and to create the Martin variable we're going to use our class. So you can write new person, so Martin is a person, and we will assign a name. So the name, as you can see, the given name here is Martin. This is what we're going to select. Then the last name, it will be Yanev, and then for the year let's write 11 16 1999. Okay, a semicolon, and then let's do console dot log, and then Martin dot get year. And here's how, guys, you should get the year of the person that you want to check, because you activated this get method. So let's run the code and let's see. Okay, I've got some errors. Let me fix them and then we can continue. So we can see that here we get a type error, and this is because here I made a slight mistake, because here I should do get full year instead of get birth year, because get birth year is our method and get full year is a predefined method in the date class. Okay, so let's run it once again, and you can see that now everything is good, and we got the full year 1999, so we understand the date concept. And also let's run the other method, get full name. Okay, so let's do get full name, and you can see that, let me actually save it first, and you can see when I run it I get Martin, which is the given name, and Yanev, which is the last name. And this is how, guys, the class works. You're creating the class with certain parameters defined in the container, and then you run certain methods in order to show the different parameters of that class. Obviously there are way more functions and you can add way more functionality, not only display functionality, but this is what I want to show you today, and basically so you can understand how the classes are working. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.